All right, day 13, 30 days in Vegas. I am feeling better than I was yesterday. Yesterday I was in a tough spot mentally, just in terms of just like being fatigued. It was only day number 12. I was approximately only a third of the way through, and I still had over 50% of my trip remaining, and it was just like, how am I going to get through this? Obviously I am. This is what I do. There is no choice. But I was just like, man, this is a really daunting trip. And today I got a good night's sleep. I went to bed relatively early for Vegas, from a Vegas perspective. And I'm getting closer to day 15. And once I get past day 15, I'm going to hit the home stretch. I'll be over halfway through. The trip won't seem as daunting. I think I'll really hit my stride. So only a few days away from that. Tonight is my last night at MGM Grand. And I think once I get to hotel number 5, obviously the halfway through of 9 hotels, I think that's when I'm really just going to hit full steam. So definitely looking forward to that. So before I talk about where to meet someone in Las Vegas, I just want to quickly talk about Hakkasan. I talked about it in my video a little bit, and I think after this video right now, I'm going to make my dedicated Hakkasan video where I go over everything. So I don't want to be too redundant. All I want to say is that concept is one of my favorites, like that club restaurant concept where there's a club that has a restaurant inside of it, and then afterwards you can go to the club if you want. Tao pioneered it, at least from my perspective. Tao pioneered it, and Hakkasan has taken it to the next level. Hakkasan is Tao on steroids, and it's hard to imagine taking Tao to the next level, but Hakkasan has been able to do that. It is cooler than Tao, which is hard to believe. It is classier than Tao, which is hard to conceive. The menu is definitely better, and overall I think it's a better experience. And there are levels to Hakkasans. Like the Hakkasan in Vegas is really great, but the one over in London, that one is a Michelin-starred restaurant. Yeah, like they have a Michelin star. That's how unbelievable it is. From the decor to the menu to the experience to the service. It takes this Vegas concept to the next level. The London Hakkasan is like the Vegas Hakkasan on steroids. So if you ever get a chance to go over to London, and be careful, I believe there are 2 London locations, at least there used to be. Make sure you go to the one, I think the one in Mayfair is the one that is Michelin certified. But if you love Hakkasan and you really want the pinnacle of the Hakkasan experience, put that London location on your bucket list. So I get this question all the time, how to meet someone, whether it's in Punta Cana or Las Vegas or Miami. And that's really not my thing. I'm not a dating coach. And how you carry yourself, your confidence, your personality, your attitude, your moxie, your style, your vibe, that's on you, right? And I can't do anything about that. But I can tell you where to meet someone. And that's what I want to talk about today, is where to meet someone in Las Vegas. I'm going to talk about 3 aspects. I'm going to talk about where to meet someone socially, where to meet someone romantically, and then where to meet somebody professionally. Maybe you're looking to expand your network, or maybe meet some business tycoons. I'm going to talk about some great places to network in Las Vegas. So I'm going to start with where to meet someone socially. If you're looking to be social, just come to Las Vegas. And you can meet someone at the airport, you can meet someone at check-in, you can meet someone at breakfast in the morning, you can meet someone at the sports book, you can meet somebody at the pool. It doesn't take much effort to meet someone in Vegas. The entire city is a social hub, and the entire city is filled with vibrant people also looking to socialize. So from a social perspective, from a friendship perspective, if you just want to meet fun people, if you're coming here alone, or if you want to just kind of expand your social circle for the weekend or however long you're here, just come to Las Vegas. And the great thing about that, if you just want to drill it down very quickly, let's say that you want to meet someone who likes line dancing. Well, Vegas has country bars. And let's say you want to meet someone that enjoys football, like European football, soccer. I mean, there are a lot of British pubs that have those games. Maybe you want to meet someone that likes dancing. There are tons of clubs here. And the list goes on and on. So if you want to drill it down, if you really want to meet someone that has similar passions or a similar lifestyle, you can find that anywhere in Las Vegas. So this is the one you probably are most interested in. It's where to meet someone, where to meet. If you're really interested in someone, or you want to find someone from a romantic perspective, where can you go? And first of all, I'm going to say that Vegas is random. You can drop $10,000 at a club and not have any luck at all, and then the next morning you could go to Starbucks and hit it off with someone. So there is no perfect scenario, but generally speaking, I think these 3 or 4 places are a great spot to meet someone. So the first one I'm going to start with is the lobby bar. There are certain lobby bars that are better than others. I personally like the lobby bar at Cosmo, for example. That's a fun one. It's an open air environment. It's right when you walk in. And the reason lobby bars are great is because people are coming and going at all times. It's not just a stale setting where you're going to have 3 or 4 people sitting at the bar the entire time and there really isn't much movement. It's going to be kind of frenetic, right? Where people are coming and going, they're checking in. People are coming and going, they're going out for the day. People are coming and going for dinner and whatever. It's just kind of an electric place. It's kind of somewhat like the de facto social hub of the entire property. It's also a more casual place. I think people have their guard down less. It's not going to be as pressured as, say, a lounge or like a club. And generally, I just find lobby bars just to be a very social environment, period. So number one, I think if you're looking to meet someone, head down to a good lobby bar. I think Vesper Bar at Cosmo is a great example. And I think Vegas Vicky's at Circa is another great example. Just a fun place, a lively place, a place with good cocktails, a place that's kind of open air, a place that's going to be kind of close to the lobby where people have to constantly pass through it. That's the place you want to hang out to try to meet someone. All right, so number 2 is the pool. I'm just a big fan of getting out during the day. Again, I think that people have their guard down. They want to be more social. The vitamin D is out. It's in the summer. The drinks are flowing. I think getting out during the day is a great opportunity to meet someone. Taking that to the next level, day parties are a great opportunity to meet someone. Typically, I'm not a fan of paying large sums of money to go to clubs or day parties anymore, but I think some day parties are actually great spots to meet someone, whether it's Encore Beach Club, which I think is a great spot to meet someone. Dre's is a great spot to meet someone. It just takes the pool scene to the next level. People are in a great mindset. They're going to a party. The sun is out. It's a more casual environment. It's a more fun environment. I feel it's less pressured than a club. I think Dre's, I've met a lot of great people at Dre's. I've met a lot of great people at Encore Beach Club. I think any day party is a good place to meet someone. And really the goal is just to meet someone, strike up a conversation, exchange info, and then reconnect later that day. All right, the last 2. I like hanging out at bars that are close to restaurants because you're going to get people coming and going from dinner. People are going to stop by for a pre-dinner drink, and they're going to stop by from a post-dinner drink. And that's key because after dinner, people are looking for things to do, people are looking to socialize, and again, it isn't a high-pressure environment like an ultra lounge or a club. A great example of this is Parasol Down at Wynn. Parasol Down, I believe, has 2 restaurants next to it, Lakeside and SW Steakhouse. They are the 2 most popular restaurants, arguably, at Wynn. And you have people coming and going all the time between the hours of like 5 and 11 p.m. And you have the Lake of Dreams show outside. And it's basically one of the coolest spots to get a drink at Wynn, period. So that would be a great example. I mean, Chandelier Bar is another great example because people are going to Marquee or STK or any one of the great restaurants at Cosmo. They're coming and going constantly between the hours of 6 and 11. And they're just looking for things to do. And whether you can link up after dinner or actually meet someone after dinner and make plans, it's a really great spot. So definitely try to find a bar next to a really good restaurant at a really good property. You're going to find a great opportunity to meet really good people. And lastly, this one's kind of a Vegas hack. Instead of going to the club, what we actually ended up doing and what I actually ended up doing like back in my club days is just like I was done with the clubs, I was over it. We would just hang out at the bar closest to the club, and then when people came out of the club, we would just chat people up because people are going to come out of the club at like 2 or 3 a.m. and they're still going to be looking for things to do. And you can have a chance to meet people. It's late into the night. The drinks are flowing. It's actually a very, very easy and casual way to meet cool people. A great example would be Chandelier Bar. Another one would be the bars at Wynn and Encore. Basically any bar that is next to a club. Just get there like around 2 or 4 where people kind of start trickling out. That is a spot to be. I would absolutely just hang out at a bar close to a club between the hours of 1 and 4, then pay any amount of bottle service and go to that club. You're going to have a much better opportunity to meet someone walking out than you are inside the club. So that's kind of where I would go if I was looking to meet someone in Las Vegas. Lastly, professionally, I can't tell you how many business tycoons and magnates just on this trip that I have sat next to, met, chatted up, and exchanged contact info, not really even trying, at awesome high-end restaurant bars. So I met a Resort World restaurant owner, one of the nicest restaurants in all of Las Vegas. He was at Le Cirque at Bellagio, just eating at the bar. At Hakkasan last night, I met these 2 construction tycoons who flew in on their own plane just to come to dinner for the night. and just chatted them up and exchanged contact info. I'm not even in these industries. I just like, just talking to really amazing people. Without even trying, those are just 2 people in the last week that I've met. I think if you really want to expand your business network, you want to meet some heavy hitters, some big time decision makers in the business world, I'd recommend coming to Vegas and eating at a high-end restaurant. I'm talking like Hakkasan, I'm talking SW Steakhouse, I'm talking John George's Prime, I'm talking like Le Cirque, I'm talking high-end places, and just sit at the bar. And it might not happen, right? It's casual, but it happened to me twice in the last week, and it's happened to me hundreds of times in my business career. High-end places attract high-end people, and a lot of business guys eat alone. I did it for a decade. They're here on business for a night. They've been doing the business circuit for a long, long time. Eating alone is nothing to them. They want to just choose a really nice place and have dinner for the night. They have no issues eating at the bar. And business people have an affinity to be social, and they also have an affinity to kind of respond to other business people. So if you are looking to network, whether it's either casually or proactively, I would just recommend hanging out at a really high-end bar, at a really high-end restaurant. All right, so that is it for day number 13, 30 days in Vegas. It's my last night at MGM Grand. I want to try to finish with a bang. I want to try to get into L'Atelier. The reservations have been booked up for 2 or 3 weeks. I just want to try to sneak in there. If not, I'll probably go get like a steak or something, but I really want to get into L'Atelier.